Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. We are doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Maranatha. The title today: Impressions, Feelings, and Drugs. The scripture reading comes from Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. There are many restless spirits who will not submit to discipline, system, and order. They think that their liberties would be abridged were they to lay aside their own judgment and submit to the judgment of those of experience. The work of God will not progress unless there is a disposition to submit to order and expel the reckless, disorderly spirit of fanaticism from their meetings. Impressions and feelings are no sure evidence that a person is led by the Lord. Satan will, if he is unsuspected, give feelings and impressions. There are no safe guides. All should thoroughly acquaint themselves with the evidences of our faith, and the great study should be how they can adorn their profession and bear fruit to the glory of God. For some time, a patient of the Battle Creek Sanitarium, had thought he was obtaining new light. He was very ill and must soon die. Those to whom he presented his views listened to him eagerly. Some thought him inspired. To many, his reasoning seemed to be without a flaw. They told of his powerful exhortations in his sick room. Most wonderful views passed before him. But what was the source of his inspiration? It was the morphine given to him to relieve his pain. The poisons contained in many so-called remedies create habits and appetites that mean ruin to both soul and body. Many of the popular nostrums called patent medicines, even some of the drugs dispensed by physicians, act a part in laying the foundation of the liquor habit, the opium habit, the morphine habit, that are all so terrible a curse to our society. If the blessings that those who claim to be sanctified have received leads them to rely upon some particular emotion, and they declare there is no need of searching the scriptures that they may know God's revealed will, then the supposed blessing is a counterfeit, for it leads its possessors to place value on their own unsanctified emotions and fancies and to close their ears to the voice of God in His Word. That title again: Impressions, Feelings, and Drugs. Impressions, feelings, and drugs. So we all know drugs are not good, much like alcohol. Impressions and feelings. So we all say it feels right, it felt right. Our feelings are just as trustworthy as our hearts, and our hearts are deceitful, as we're told by the Bible. Impressions are much like feelings. It is how we sense things to be, and our senses are easily desensitized and dulled. So we cannot trust any of those. And as we read here, the poisons in the world are called drugs. Alcohol is a drug. Back in those days, they had opium, morphine. What was the other one that was mentioned? Oh, and it was talking about alcohol. Opium now you'd probably call heroin. Because back in those days they said it was chasing the dragon, was taking opium, much like heroin, but heroin is a far more potent drug now. Either way, drugs create huge imbalance in your brain. There's a chemical reaction as to what they do, and it's not good. And that's why we stay away from alcohol, which is probably the calmer version of a drug. But either way, it attacks your brain, it attacks your organs, any drugs. Because anything you ingest, be it drinking, smoking, eating, whatever it is, it gets into your blood. And your blood goes everywhere around your body and it affects your whole body. And whatever affects your body affects your mind, affects your brain, and affects how and what you think. A lot of the drugs induce strange dreams when you're sleeping, hallucinogenic visions, maybe. It's all bad. The last thing you want to do is be drunk or in a vision or having a lucid dream when something bad could happen and you would do the completely wrong thing. You wouldn't be aware of what's going on. And the last name you'd probably be able to call would be Jesus. I became very aware of that many, many years, around about 2012, I think it was. I was on holiday. I was at a water park. And I went down this slide. It was about 100 foot high. And I lost all control of everything. It was so good. And I swore it was the last time I'd ever have that feeling because I was not in control of how I was feeling, what I was doing, how I was thinking. Because I'm very aware of what the world is, the kind of world we live in today, as to how we should be alert and aware of everything that's going on around us. We can't see the spiritual realm, but we can certainly be aware of it. Be aware. Be very aware.